What is up, everybody? It is Shannon Deneen, and we are back on the curve. Yes. We have missed y'all. We have missed you all. We were off last week, but we are back, y'all. We got as you can see, the table has changed a little bit because we have a special guest. This is your girl, Michelle G. Michelle G is at Regina Sunshine Global Network family. She has a wonderful show called The Michelle G Show that happens from 5 to 6 every other Monday, right? Every fourth Monday. Every fourth Monday is when The Michelle G Show comes on, and it is an amazing show, y'all. I want you to make sure that you catch her. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So glad to have you here.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. I am super excited. You guys don't know, I watch you guys religiously. You are my entertainment. I keep up with the stuff that's going on because of you guys.
Oh, good. Yay. Well, we are always excited to have our folks from our sister shows on. Like, we love having guests on, and we love talking to our people and all of our folks. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. You are, by the way, our first official guest. So in the annals of history, as we continue to grow as a show, you will forever be our very first guest. So thank you so much for joining us around the curve table. Yes. So y'all, we got so much to talk about. Okay, wait. Before we do that, y'all know I'm excited because we got a guest. Let me stop and make sure that Michelle gets the chance to introduce the show and tell y'all where to find her on social media.
My show is The Michelle G Show. You can find it on all my social media outlets. You can find it, of course, on Regina Sunshine Global Network.
And
you can find it on the Michelle G page, Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram, Michelle G. All my social media is Michelle G. Or even on Facebook, Michelle G.
Michelle G. G-E-E.
Michelle G-E-E.
You got to tell the
people. You can find me there now. You can watch the show every fourth Monday of the month from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And y'all watch her.
Great
show.
Michelle's show is really great. Our producer was just telling me he had a really good show on with
Tinsley Bradford. We had this evening because I missed last month. I did 2 shows today. So the one with Tinsley was from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And we talked about a settle-free life.
Come on now.
We got really kind of deep in the relationship thing, and it was pretty good. So
come on, give us a little bit.
What
did y'all talk about?
But we just got to work out the dates.
Okay.
And the settle-free life, she was telling us about how not to settle for anything. That's in every area. But we got stuck kind of on the relationship part because, with us as women being nurturers, we stay in stuff even when we know we need to leave. We know it's not benefiting.
Come on.
And we end up staying in it.
You felt that in your spirit, friend?
I felt it in my shana.
Yes.
It was a really good show. She talked about how you can start moving toward a settle-free life.
Absolutely.
Weighing out your pros and cons. Why am I here?
Yeah.
Why
absolutely.
is he here? Am I happy?
Why?
Which is what we don't often.
Why is he here?
Why am I
here?
Shirt. And why is he
here?
Why he?
Come on.
That's a
didn't
word.
We just talk about that?
We did. That's a whole word.
We were trying to figure that out.
Where's Tinsley?
You guys need to watch that show. When she got to the part about the next, that's about like those people that be in your DMs.
Let me tell you something.
Listen.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
That's a word for you, friend.
The spirit of the DM. Y'all better walk away from them DMs.
Walk away.
Especially during this fall season.
Listen.
Look,
when it's cuffing season, it's cuffing season.
Tryouts is over.
Yeah.
Listen.
You gotta watch it.
Especially now that I done learned about perimenopause. I can't cuff.
You can't cuff it. Too hot to cuff, friend.
Listen. Ooh.
She said we're not cuffing.
No, not right now. Not until this season of my life is past. Because I'm sweating at night.
Because you in a don't touch me season.
Yeah, I'm in a don't touch me. Let me lay by myself.
And stay on your side.
Yeah. I can't share the bed season.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
I'm here for it.
But that was great.
It was a good show, and that's why we decided to have a part 2 because there's so much more to discuss.
Absolutely.
So much more to discuss, and that just got me. You know, the ones that go in the DM, they see a pretty picture of you, and then they in the DM, hey, beautiful.
Hey, sexy. Yeah. That's it right there.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
I know I'm beautiful. I don't need you to tell me.
Listen, we'll talk more about this in one of them other segments, because I had some folks jump in my DM. I said, wait a minute, Pastor.
Wait a minute, Pastor. Pastors need love too.
Let me tell you something. I get plenty,
as we'll see later on in the show.
I get plenty of pastors, and I have to tell them this is not the pastor season. It's not the season for the pastors. I'm not.
I'm on a different level. I'm in a different place.
No. Because y'all out of handle right now. Y'all too much.
Yeah.
In this season.
The pastors are doing a lot.
Pastors got too much. They spread more than love.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's too
Dipping their tongue in the communion cup.
I said, what in the world? What in the Sam Hill is this?
Whoo, y'all, but we will get to
now,
that.
This not holy.
We will get, listen, when I tell you, we will get to y'all's good friend later on in the show. So, before we get there, y'all, it is time for everyone's. Oh, wait. Tell people where they can find you, friend.
Y'all know you can find me at Saving Superwoman on Instagram. Yes.
On the gram.
Come on, so we can talk about it.
Listen, y'all, as it's time for everyone's favorite segment, it is time now for Word on the Street. Whew, y'all, okay, so we're gonna start out slow, and then we're gonna, like, toward the end, y'all stick with it. Y'all, cause it's we got some stuff we got to talk about, and then we got some stuff we need to talk about, and then we got some stuff we got to talk about.
That spirit of David. That's what we getting ready to talk about. That's what we getting ready to talk about.
We're gonna get to the spirit of David.
Just stay there.
Woo, my whole soul, child. Woo. But first, we're gonna talk about your good friend Meghan Markle. Now, if y'all have not seen this story, your good friend Meghan Markle, my princess sister in my head. Hey, princess sister. My princess sister in my head is going through a thing, y'all. Listen, Meghan Markle is going through. She had an interview with a British reporter who was basically asking her, she was talking about how hard it is to be a princess, have a brand new relationship, and a brand new baby, and be scrutinized, like her every move being scrutinized by the media, by the British paparazzi. And so Meghan, the gentleman who was doing the interview, asked her, are you okay? And she said no. And she was like, I'm not okay. Like, this is hard. Like, living my life every day but what makes it harder is the brand new husband and the brand new baby. And so I thought about that, like, when I heard it and I thought about it, I was like, it's a whole, I love her transparency and her bravery in saying, y'all, I am the princess of I am the duchess of a whole country, I am not okay. So the question on the table is, have you ever had a motherhood moment and realized you were not okay and felt free enough to say that? And are you checking on your sisters, your other mothers, to see if they're okay?
I think, for me,
think that through, friend.
For me, I have to filter this because I don't want to incriminate myself. In this season of my life, and I'm thankful for it, because we ask for all of these wonderful things and people and places, and I'm really in the season of harvest. But I'm harvesting as a single mom with a soon-to-be tween. So she's going through puberty.
A soon-to-be tween. Let's start. Look, because it's some other pieces of that. A soon-to-be tween who is also very, very advanced. Like, she's not just a regular.
Well, see, that's the problem. I see her as regular kid.
No.
However,
she ain't nobody's regular.
I looked at her one day and we were talking, and I said, "You memorized the whole periodic table?"
She did.
And she said, "Well, I didn't think it was a big deal. Like, everybody, no." So dealing with that,
she's
and
very
one
advanced.
day it hit me. Like, I love her with my whole soul. Like, my whole being. I do, I push, I give, I show, I model for her. I want her to be better than me.
Right.
But there are times when I'm like, Jesus, what's the return policy? Because right now, somebody got to go.
And it can't be me.
I feel like I might be premenopause and she puberty. Now, somebody's hormones, both of these hormones ain't going to work in this house. You know, and there are times where I have said, and I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and we were talking about how you ever feel like you're doing so well in one area of your life, but this other area is like, who in the hell let the gate open?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world happened? And so finding that balance and just being able to say, like, I had a breakdown, like a 45-minute good cry with a girlfriend. And I was like, I don't think I'm doing a great job. I don't think, and I think it's okay. You have to have those friends that you can say, this is what's really happening. And it just so happened that she's a counselor. So she was like, let's go through this. Let's process through this, because we are our own biggest critics.
Right.
But we have to learn the flip side of that is it's okay to pat yourself on the back.
Yeah. I'm still getting there. I don't pat myself on the back. I'm not there yet.
Well, I think that I've had that moment myself where I realized that I'm human. I'm not going to do everything right. I can tell you what it is. At some point you wonder, like you said, I look at my son at this point, and I'm like,
how old is this blessed child?
Like, between what happened,
right?
I know you heard it. I know you got it. And you're
because I said
enough.
it. Because I said it,
and I keep saying it.
So what happened?
Exactly.
And for a long time, I beat myself up about it.
Yeah.
Because again, I thought, okay, what am I doing wrong?
How old
and
is
then
your son?
I had 17.
Oh. Everybody stretch your hands. Everybody, stretch your hands.
Much prayer.
Stretch your whole hands.
And at times I realized he's really the boy version of me. And we go toe to toe.
Okay.
But I've learned that, I have my moments. I go in my room, I close my door, I'll cry. I sometimes get in my car and I'll just drive down the road and scream.
Yeah, I get that.
You know,
my neighbors probably think I'm crazy.
Yeah, because the screaming, it don't do him. He looks at me with that smirky smile, and it just makes me want to snatch his whole life out of him.
Just right here from the
just
throat.
Snatch his
just
soul
right
up.
Like that. Y'all ever seen Mortal Kombat, the finishing move, where you take him and take the finish just right there. Yeah.
I'm mad we was all in unison. That's what I'm mad about. So now I feel better. Somebody understands how I feel.
This is your safe place. This is your safe place, friend.
I can admit, I'm not. Sometimes I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's okay to admit I'm not okay. And I have that one person I can go to, and I'm like, look, this is what's going on. And I'll cry, and she'll say, look, you are not his savior.
Come on, friend.
You are not his
You
savior.
are not his savior.
You gave him what he needed.
Now
it's up to him. You're not his savior.
You're not his savior.
So, and I said, okay, and I remind myself of that. He knows, I taught, I've done, I provide. Sometimes you're going to have to pick up that common sense that you left. I don't know where you left it at, but you're going to have to go back and get it if you plan on surviving.
It's out there.
It's there.
It's there. You left
just
it.
need to remember where you left it at.
Yeah, because you had it.
You need to go back and pick up that common sense.
Yeah.
And when you pick that up, then you come back and talk to mommy.
Yeah, and I think the onlookers also impact, for me, because people, one thing with social media is, we kind of present what we want.
A curated lifestyle,
yeah,
as my
it's
friend
branded.
calls it. It's a curated lifestyle.
However, like, people don't understand that, like, she's a real kid. Like, she's fabulous and fantastic and does amazing things.
She is
but
super
sometimes, and she has her moments. We have been places where she didn't want to speak. And I was like, you gonna make me Karate Kid you right here in Dillard's.
In Dillard's.
In Dillard's. Like, what is going on? And she's like, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah, and see, part of this, I really understand what you're saying. because our deal is, and I know that some of you may know and some of you may not know, we share a birthday.
Oh.
We share a birthday. And my
I knew
mother
that.
will say,
Yeah.
I'm so thankful. Now you will understand.
Yeah.
My mother says she acts just like you. Is she amazing? Yes, but she
All
has
day.
those moments.
Mhm.
So we're learning how to pace ourselves. Like last week, I was like, I'm pulling the plug on everything. This is just too much. It's too much. I'm gonna leave her at school. Somebody else can pick her up.
No.
Like I'm getting ready to shut all the doors on all these organizations. I ain't going to work tomorrow. I just need to get my scruples together.
Just a little bit. No, I've definitely had those moments. Melissa has actually been part of some of those moments where let me tell you, because when I'm not okay, I am an extrovert, and I am a person who believes that somebody who knows more than me should be helping me here. Like in this moment where I'm crazy, like somebody's got to come in and help me fix this, because when Kid Wonderful was a little bit younger, I I was in this struggle with his teacher, because she kept trying to tell me that he was had ADHD, and he might, listen, we don't know yet, but she kept trying to, like, it was just a thing, like we were having so many issues, and I felt like a failure as a mom, just because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to help him. I didn't know if it was her or if it was him. And I'm a very logical thinker, so I'm thinking through every single possible scenario, and I'm driving myself nuts, basically. Like, I'm trying to figure it out, and I can't, and I have literally no information. And I called Melissa one day, and bless her heart, she answered my phone call, and she let me cry, and she sat me down and was like, okay, this is what you need to do. Here's the information that you need. Like, here's how we're going to get through this. You need to know he's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong, because I'm thinking, there's something wrong with my baby, and I don't know how to help him here. I've never, this is not my lane. This is not my area of expertise. So, and then I'm thinking, but I should know. Like, I should know. I'm his mama. Like, my whole job is to know things and fix things when they are broken, and I can't fix this today. Like, I can't go to his teacher and say, okay, well, I'm bring him back, and he should be just fine in your class. He should not be.
But they don't come with instructions.
They don't. They
don't come with instructions.
They don't. But
we don't know it all.
And for those of us who are natural fixers, like, we feel like there is no problem that I do, and I have had to catch myself and my pride. That's why I'm thankful for the Lord Jesus, because I have had to catch myself and be like, I can't fix this. This is outside of my control. But a lot of times when you are a natural born fixer, you feel like ain't nothing I can't fix.
But there's a piece of that, and I was just talking to somebody about this today, where as moms, you have to be okay with your kid.
Yes.
Like, I have a very quirky kid.
Yes.
She is very different.
Yeah.
She is my unicorn. And I think that there are some things that my mom talked to me about me. And she would say, I spent half of my life trying to, she said it seemed like it was like trying to fit a Timberland boot inside of a stiletto. Well, Mom, that's how you really feel about me?
She did.
She said, and when I released you and I pushed you to the Lord's hands, she said, my life was a whole lot peaceful. She said, but you were an adult when that happened. And so for me, my grandmother used to tell me, it's your job to guide her. It's not your job to control her. You give her rules. You teach her consequences. You teach her rewards. Guide, not change. And when I do that, and we kind of go with the flow of it, which I have a really hard time in doing, it works. Yeah. But when I say quirky, she's 9 years old. She's been in 6 different schools. And I don't mind saying this. I love her. And I love the support. I love the school she's at now. She is like everything to me, like peaches and cream and sprinkles. However, there's a side that we're working on. She got suspended the second week of school. Second week. You ain't even been in school a whole 10 days.
Not even.
So, but I think those are the things that we don't talk about.
Yeah, we know. Because we only, on Facebook where we have our curated life, we only put the pictures of them doing the good stuff, selling the good cookies. And, you know, like I literally, I don't talk about the times where I feel like, no, I did one time. I did, because I believe in being truthful on my Facebook page. I tell it all, good, bad, and indifferent. I hate disciplining my son. It breaks my whole heart every time he cries, every time I see his little face ball up and look at me with those tears. And listen, and I have had real conversations with Matthew in the midst of the discipline, and I have said to him, son, I hate this just as much as you do. This is
now you know why I'm leaning like this.
Maybe but I have to do it.
So first of all, I was over her house one day. I was over her house one day when she disciplined her. Now this sound good. But one day he made her mad. He did. One day he made her mad. And he was supposed to go to his birthday party.
This is a true story.
He was supposed to go to his birthday party.
He was supposed to go to his birthday
party. Her and her husband are on the love seat. And I'm on the couch. And so it was one of those moments of wait till your daddy get home. So her husband comes in and they discuss whatever they gonna talk about, right?
Because he had been acting up at school all week, and I told him several times, listen, your going to this birthday party depends on this behavior during the school week. And he came home that Friday and he had gotten 2 more of these red dojos. I don't know if y'all know about this class.
Which I told her is subjective. When you have a quirky kid, I can't depend on if the teacher in a good mood or not. Because a lot of times it's based on if the teacher in a good mood. And you know what? When my grandmother told me this. When the teacher find out that you spank your kid, then that's who they gonna tell on. They don't tell on them kids that don't get spankings, that don't get in trouble. They just focus on the kid that they know is gonna get the discipline. So what ended up happening is her husband came in the house. Now her husband, gentle giant, he comes in. Now he just done walked in from work. And she ready to wait till your daddy get home. They gonna have this conversation in front of me. So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I don't know if I was watching TV something. Anyways, he comes in, he sits down. And she was like, you need to talk to him. Now let me tell you what happened. So she's telling him what happened when he already knew what happened because he was on the same text thread and email thread or whatever.
Class dojo thread.
That they both saw it. So he was like, all right, well, I'm going to talk to him. So they called him in. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to look down at my computer, at my phone, because I can feel it from her spirit. Just the energy was she was so mad. She just wanted to yoke him up, but she was waiting on the daddy to get home. Let's go do this together. So her husband, he's like, hey, come here. Now tell me what happened at school today. He's trying to rationalize it. And I guess he was moving too slow.
I ain't want no rationalization.
He took the birthday
he told him, bring me the birthday invitation. Bring me the invitation. He said, bring me an invitation. And my son brings it downstairs and he gives it to him. And
he was holding it in his hand.
Took it and put it in his back pocket. And I just didn't feel like that was effective. Like, he just put it in his back pocket. Let me tell you what she did.
No, because she ain't telling it right. So, all of a sudden, he's sitting there talking, and her son is kind of stammering on the story about what happened. She snatches the card out. You ain't going. And I was like,
because it wasn't like a fast rip. It was like a...
Yes, it was...
And many tiny little pieces.
They didn't have to spank you.
I threw it up.
Yes. So I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And her husband is in shock. I'm in shock, and the sun is just melting away like an ice cream. And I'm like, so she was like, go on upstairs. Go
to your room. I don't want to hear it.
So he walks out the room, and we both like, damn, Tanner. Why you have to go there for? We hurt more. Oh my gosh.
I mean, because it was in a lot of little pieces. It was in, like, I ripped it.
And then she gonna get it talking about, I could put it back together. I didn't tear it apart where the address was.
that moment, his little face just cracked my spirit. His whole little face was just like, oh, mommy.
Oh my
gosh. It breaks my heart. I hate discipline him, and I tell him that I don't like doing this.
Yes,
this
Candace,
sucks.
it was like confetti. She's not telling the truth. It was like she threw it up in the air.
Like, you ain't going.
And her husband and I are sitting there, and we both in shock. Like, and so when he walked out, he was like, Shannon, now did you have to? Yeah, I got the effect. Now watch him. He's gonna be good tomorrow. I'm like, put the pieces together, because he can go. Put the pieces together. Ooh. But we have to have those moments.
We do.
We have to have some. She has saved my child from plenty of times.
I'd be like, Milan, come on, hurry up.
Plenty of times.
Come this way.
I'm like, you getting ready to make me show you why I need Jesus, because I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. But I thank you. I'm thankful for the experience of motherhood, and I'm thankful that we can laugh about these experiences now.
Yes, and I'm thankful. Here's the thing. I think that what our good sister Megan is missing is some other good girlfriends that she can have these conversations with, because that's the problem. Like, you feel it alone, girl, because you are alone. Somebody said this to Megan so she can see you need some good. Where are your friends from Suits and all the shows you've been on? Like, you girl, get you some good girlfriends.
Where is Serena?
Yeah, where is Serena?
Call Serena.
Call Serena.
Let Serena come on over in the castle.
Yes, and tell you, girl, it's gonna be okay. You can be. Listen, you having some crazy moments with this baby and this husband and this paparazzi. Listen. Probably his mama is acting a fool. I mean, his family acting a fool. Aunties acting up. Everybody acting.
And that postpartum is real.
Postpartum is real. So if you have girlfriends, check on your girlfriends. Yes. Ask them if they are okay, because we're saying we talk about it, but I know plenty of moms who are not having these conversations like they need to be having them, and you feel crazy and alone and by yourself, and that is not something you need to feel. You need to have the conversation. Reach out to another mom, even if you are afraid of what she may say, or if you might get. It's better to get that stuff out and off of you, right? Like, it's better to get that stuff off of you. So
absolutely,
we've mastered makeup and cover up.
Come on, friend. Yeah. We have
mastered that. So if she looks okay, she may not be okay, because we've mastered that.
Yeah.
So check on your girlfriend.
Check on your girlfriends. Whew. Somebody else we need to check on while we in the checking on.
Well, I done checked on him. He all right with me.
Somebody else we need to check on while we checking on people is your good friend Kanye West. Kanye West dropped the album. Y'all know how I feel about Kanye. Like, y'all.
I don't care what you say. I love Sunday.
Your boy Kanye dropped a whole album called Jesus is King. Kanye dropped the Jesus is King album. Did you?
I haven't listened to it. I've heard about it, but I haven't gone to listen to it yet.
So,
come on, what you thought?
So Kanye has dropped an album called Jesus is King.
Here we go.
And the album is interesting. That's the best word I can give for the album. Now let me say this, because y'all know how I feel about Kanye West.
We have different opinions.
So y'all know how I feel about Kanye and Kanye. And this 1 minute he, working for the Lord, and the next minute he,
But whose story isn't that?
That's
my story. That's my story, and I'm not gonna sit up here and lie.
Well, that's good.
I am all sold out for Jesus, but I done had some people last week that made me run to the book of cuss.
Right on over there, Fred.
Right up, like I'm not. So
first chapter,
I get
third
it.
verse.
Baby, let me tell you something. 13th chapter. That's because real life is happening around us, and I think that sometimes there are some people that we hold to a different standard. That man is human, just like everybody sitting up at this table.
Facts.
And there's an eye that we hold public figures in.
Facts.
Okay, so I'm speaking from the eye of the pastor's daughter.
Okay.
And my experience has always been people are really quick to say, "Look at their kids. What was you over there doing?" Your people's title just not pastor.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Or so and so will say the
facts.
pastor's daughter. No, I think the biggest hoes is teachers. That's my personal opinion. So, and I know plenty of, my mother will tell you, and my mother will say that those are just my personal opinions. But I don't think that, because you live in this fishbowl life, people don't think that you're human. And you make mistakes, you go through things happen, and I'm so glad that he is publicly saying, I know I messed up, I am human, but I'm seeking Jesus. That's me. That's my opinion.
Let me tell you what I love. Let me tell you what I love about this album. I love that Kanye has done what I feel like all Christians, especially all black people, have asked him to do. Find some salvation. We've all asked him to get some help. We asked him to, we wanted him to be old Kanye, from late registration and college dropout. We wanted that Kanye back. I feel like in this album, while I don't love the album all the way, I feel like I see remnants of that. I feel like his mama came down and sat on his shoulder and said, baby, this is what we're going to say.
You see the Kanye we fell in love with.
Yes, you can see that Kanye. Now, here's the other thing. When I listen to an album, whether it's gospel or whatever, my album needs some bop to it. Listen, I need a little bop. Kanye,
and I like calm.
This particular album ain't bop. Like, I feel like all of Kanye's good albums, not like Life of Pablo, that wasn't amazing. That was horrible.
Didn't feel a little bit of late registration? I felt some of the late registration. You can see the beat. I feel like he's going back to where he was. The Kanye that we miss, even with the beats. That's what I'm looking at. Now, Kanye thinks that he's a singer. And I'm going to need Kanye to stay out of that singing lane. Like, he's like trying to jump in HOV and do it all.
Yeah, you don't have
need
nobody
you to stay over here in producer, rapping lane. Don't go too far in the singing lane.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. I have not heard it.
Okay, fair.
But I will go now and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But what I will say is, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I also see your point because we're human.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I can speak on this because I hold a title.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an elder, and sometimes they hold us to
this
a higher standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at places, I believe that we should be because we're representing Christ and we're representing him at a different level.
Facts.
And we should, because people are always looking, and you don't want to be a stumbling block for people. But at the same time, I think we forget that we're human. And we're going to make mistakes because we're human. We're imperfect beings. So we're going to make mistakes. So when we make mistakes, don't constantly beat us down. But like Kanye. Kanye has talked out the left side of his mouth for a very long time.
Many years.
A very long time.
Many years.
That left side was flapping a whole lot.
Many years.
But if he's trying.
He's giving it his all. He is.
But, you
can hear it.
I think another thing that really bothers me, especially with our community and Kanye, is the fact that we never really want to address mental health.
Facts.
And as a mental health professional, he's like textbook for a person in crisis, especially after his mom passed. Some of the irate, because the Taylor Swift thing happened after his mom passed. So there you saw a lot of substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and from the level of women, the caliber of women he dealt with. You saw that go downhill. There are a lot of things that change. And so I don't think people really take into account, instead of just saying he's crazy, no, he got some real issues.
Yeah.
And I God can fix. There's nothing too big for God.
Come on now.
But God gives us common sense. He puts those people in place so that you can go and talk to them. Because, when you're in a struggle and you're in something, I don't always want to hear, I'm going to pray for you.
Absolutely.
I don't want to always
Because you
hear
can't, some things you
tell
cannot
y'all.
pray away.
Most days, I don't want to hear. I want you to tell me. Let's either. And here's the thing. I appreciate when people don't know what to say. They be like, "Well, let's go pray about it." Just tell me you don't know. Like it's
No,
okay. Like
but
we ain't
here's
got
the
to
thing.
pray. Just
But
don't.
see, here's the
me
fine
you
line. And
don't
again,
know.
this is from my experience as being a PK. Are you going to PREY on me? Or are you PRAY for me?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
because there's the compassion
Yeah.
and the empathy that comes with that.
Yep.
And it's standing with me, not just sympathizing, but empathy. You can relate to the emotion.
Absolutely.
And not just the situation.
Absolutely.
And I think that for me, that's just where I am with him, because I've seen what that life can do to people. I've seen where I've had personal friends that have had that celebrity experience, and it has just about killed them.
I just want him to make better music. Kanye, the music wasn't good.
I enjoyed you.
Kanye,
I enjoyed you,
like,
and I listen. Me and my baby listen to Sunday service every morning.
I don't know
I'm
about
going to
that.
have to listen to it.
I don't know about that Sunday.
I
service, but
love Sunday service,
Kanye.
and that it has a bop to it. And you should see us in the morning, and she's in the back, and I know the people are like, "What are they in there?" I mean, we bang it all the way 57. That's what the volume
I
is
don't
on
know
in the
if
morning.
you bang it though. Like
Yeah,
you listen to it,
But see,
it ain't
let
a
me tell
banger.
you
That's the
something.
problem. That's my struggle.
That's in your shana now. Let me tell you, that's what's wrong with it. I like it because of the message that my daughter is getting
Good
over
messages.
and over,
Good
and we
messages.
can kind of go, and it starts her day off in a positive manner.
Absolutely.
Now, when she gets out of the car, I do have a different set of lyrics that we listen to.
Yeah.
That banger.
Yeah. 'Cause I
But
need
yeah,
it.
but once
And
you
that's
put them
not
out the
happening
car, you can go to your Cardi B's and your T.I.'s and some other
And the
people.
baby. That's my
I
new
don't like
obsession.
the baby.
That's
I
my new
don't-
obsession.
I don't want.
That's what I listen to.
What, the baby?
I listen to all of that. I listen to Cardi B. I
Yeah,
like Cardi B.
yeah.
I love Cardi B, actually. I
Yeah.
listen to all of that. And it's a misconception that
It
when you get in
is.
my car, I'm going to be, and I listen to gospel music. I do. And I have
Like
those
gospel.
moments. But when I need to get my mind right,
Yeah.
then I'm going to put on
Tell
some
the people,
rap,
please.
and I'm going to put it, I'm going to blast it,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to be in there. I'm going to,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's what,
Yeah.
when I need to get my mind right.
Yeah.
When I'm driving here, every time I drive, that's what I do. My partner that drives with me,
Yeah.
she knows, Shell, I got you on the radio. So she puts it on and I can drive. I'm good.
T.I. is good motivational music.
It
I
is.
just want to say that
It
out loud
is.
in the English words. T.I., you are motivating
Yes.
people. Keep on keeping on, brother. Keep on keeping on. Oh,
Come
all
on.
right. We're gonna
Now.
take a what?
We're gonna take a break and then come back and talk about what they've been waiting on.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about. We got some things
We're
to talk
gonna bring
about.
the pastor on in it.
Woo, Lord Jesus. All right, we're gonna take a very quick commercial break, and we will be right back with more of The Curve. All right, y'all. We are back on The Curve, and y'all,
Woo,
listen.
Father.
I could not let the night go without talking about your good friend and some of y'all's Pastor David E. Wilson out of Fort Worth, Texas. Now, in case you have been living under a rock and you have not heard about the good pastor, Pastor Wilson has been
Partaking.
partaking in some festivities and dipping his tongue in the communion cup of a woman who is not his wife. Pastor Wilson has been seen all over the internet and mainly on Twitter, in these Twitter streets. Pastor Wilson was video recorded
For a strong 9 seconds.
maybe longer. We're not sure. We just got
it just cut off. We
yeah.
just got 59 seconds.
We got 59 seconds. But Pastor Wilson was video recorded while involved.
I don't some adult-like activities.
It's some adult activities with a woman who was not his wife. And I actually now tonight learned breaking news that the woman was his allegedly his wife's cousin.
Ooh.
Everybody take a moment.
I see what that family picnic is.
Boy, Jesus. Woo. So, Pastor Wilson,
I wonder what his Sunday service was like.
Yes.
That's what I would. Ooh, excuse me. Forgive me, Lord, because I was wrong.
No, it wasn't.
I would have been like,
no, it wasn't. I bet it's
show up.
Listen, I bet it's a whole bunch of women at church.
Sermon?
I bet it's a whole bunch of women at church sitting on the front pew wearing short skirts, talking about, ooh, Pastor Wilson.
Let me tell you something. He does not discriminate. He like women on the curve.
Yeah. Yes, he does. Pastor Wilson, so many Twitter comments. Now, y'all wanted me to be on Twitter for these comments because, listen,
I
the
hope
people.
You would. I hope you would. I pray you would.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
you
my
know
gosh.
I was.
Oh, my God.
You know I was. You know I went directly to Twitter for the comments and the foolery, the shenanigans and the foolery. I was there for all of it on Twitter. Pastor Wilson, I can't say, I don't know a better term.
He was out of order.
He
first of all,
fellatio.
he was already
he was giving a woman fellatio.
He was already out of order.
Yeah.
Then he got caught on candid camera.
Yeah, he giving a woman fellatio. Now, here's the thing, sir. You knew you were being videotaped. Now, that was my first issue with this whole thing, sir. You were somebody's
I don't think
pastor.
he knew.
How you not gonna know?
Because that camera got put down real fast. The camera got put down real fast. And one of the teachers at work showed it to me.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah.
The teacher showed it to me. Oh,
here's what
it's a bad situation.
It's a bad situation, but here's what I'll say about Brother Wilson. It looks like he's a little talented. He got a few talents and skills. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Listen, Pastor Wilson, if you would just do that with your wife, you'll probably be all right. Like if you just do it with your wife, but that he looked talented. Listen, the people on Twitter said he was.
I'm gonna say this. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You don't know, friend? I don't know.
I just didn't know.
You didn't? He been in the game a minute though. You can tell.
Pastor been doing this for a long time.
He been doing that for a long time.
Pastor old player.
Yeah, he an old player. He been doing that thing for a long time.
But here's the thing, and I heard this pastor say this. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we try to separate the person's sin and their anointing, right? Mm-hmm. And they fall short.
Right. I'm okay with that.
He may be a great pastor.
Absolutely.
However, he is human.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's right. Because although what he was doing may have looked right.
Because it did.
It wasn't right.
It was not right, but
he was out of order because it wasn't his wife.
It was way out of order. But
go ahead, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
I mean, he was absolutely out of order. Let's start there. We all know that it was wrong for him to be doing what he was doing. Yes. Howsoever, from what I saw, I could see why she might be willing to be wrong with the pastor.
I didn't say that.
I can see why the cousin might be willing. I don't know what she's going through. You know me, I don't judge people's situations because I don't always know what folks are going through. But I see why on from face value, I see why she might be like, well, I mean,
Well.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna chime in.
Come on, friend. Save me because I'm out here.
He was wrong. He was completely out of order. And when you say, like you were saying, people sometimes separate the anointing. Gifts come without repentance.
Absolutely.
Now he can still go in there and preach heaven down.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's bringing a lot of damage as well.
Fact.
Now that's going to be acquired at his hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now he may have looked like he was doing a wonderful job, and I'm sure she thoroughly enjoyed.
I bet she did.
But
I'm sure she did.
He not enjoying the remnants.
Right. The repercussions of his actions, absolutely.
Because there's gonna be repercussions.
Absolutely, and
now,
there should be.
There's gonna be repercussions, and he has to think about, like I said, we're human. Yeah. So given that he is human, he's pastor, but he's human. He makes mistakes, and this one was a big one.
Yes.
But instead of getting on there, my issue with this is instead of getting on there and at least repent, saying you're sorry
and
apologizing to your wife,
yes,
who you openly embarrassed.
All over the world.
Because we knew it was him because of them two knots.
That were right here.
Right here.
And she now has to go in front of the congregation and still play her role as his wife.
Yeah. And
you're sitting here still making videos about why you like what you like and you're going to continue to like what you like. Because he had a response.
That wasn't him.
That wasn't him that responded to
that was the cussing preacher. No.
Okay, I got mixed up.
Okay, so here's the other thing. I thought so too. But him and the cussing preacher look a whole lot alike.
They
really?
Do.
Yes, him and the cussing preacher.
I thought that was the same
look
one.
so much alike that people have been thinking that it was him. It is not. The cussing preacher is out here making videos and trying to get Instagram famous. And trying to ride on the shenanigans of Pastor David E. Wilson. However, the cussing preacher and David Wilson are not the same person. So that wasn't him, girl.
Thank you.
But I felt a way about it too. Like when I first saw it, I was like,
they look a lot alike.
Oh, so
you thought it was him.
So this what we doing, huh? But that's not.
But he should still come on and at least apologize.
I think that's the thing. He hasn't said anything at all, which makes me feel
he doesn't
like
know what to say.
You're not acknowledging. But that's the problem. Like, think about it, Melissa. If you were this man's wife and he got his tongue all in the communion
you
cup,
know what?
And he dipping it all.
Let me tell you something.
If
I was his wife, he better be glad the Lord gave him that wife. Because if I was that wife, we would straight be committing them.
Yeah, one for the father, one for the son.
No.
Oh, the woman, the cousin.
Well, allegedly, this was her way of getting it all out. I'm done. I pulled the cord. But again, as a professional clinician, it looked very much like bitterness.
Oh, it feels like bitterness.
It looked like
it feels
you're
like
not going to leave your wife. I'm going to let her know.
And I'm going to let the whole rest of the world know.
So that way she will leave you.
Yeah. It looked very woman.
That's what it looked like.
It looked very woman-born to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I've seen, of course, things on Twitter, and, you can only believe half of what you read on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I've seen things on Twitter where people have been saying that they have spoken with her, and that, she's just trying to leave it alone and she just wants to move on with her life. And my thing was, but you put it out there. Exactly. And you could have just as easily slid that to his wife and said, hey, sis, this is what's been going on. I just, I'm done with it. I'm tired and I need you to know that this is what's happening. You put it on Twitter.
To me, the wife already knew.
You think?
Absolutely.
How you think?
The wife already knew.
What makes you think that, friend?
Because sometimes I think that we are, again, coming from the church, being from a family, a lot of times they know. They know. He ain't the only person. Trust me, he ain't the only person, only pastor that done stepped out on his wife.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. However, there are times when people just don't want to lead the lifestyle. Pastor David, this is not his first rodeo. I can guarantee you that.
Sure.
Just and I think she might not have known it was her, but she knew.
He was doing
I
something.
think there isn't a woman alive that has been married of some type and didn't know. Inkling.
I won't say that. I think that's putting a lot on it. I will say that I feel like you feel something, but you may not know what it is.
And that's what I'm talking about. That thing in your stomach, because you all are one. You know it's something. You don't know what that something is.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say she knew it was her,
but
she
a lot
knew
of
it was
times,
something.
a lot of times for women.
Absolutely.
But here's the other thing I think. I think a lot of times for women, when we don't know what that something is, it prohibits us from moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that stuff that you were talking about.
Settling.
It
That's
prohibits us from moving because we got to know who, what, when, where, why, how.
Complete details of
Absolutely.
everything.
And then even once we know the complete details, a lot of times, exactly. I've seen this in the church a lot, where women who, because they feel this level of connectivity, they feel this duty, this obligation. Even when that happens, it's still like, okay, I know all the details. I know what I could do. I know that I have the right to walk away. But, I mean, there are all these other factors around.
Absolutely.
And I don't think that
I agree with that.
So I think that even when, I think that for a lot of women, it just requires all the information. And that inkling for a lot of women just isn't enough.
Let me tell you something. Y'all watch that show Scorned? What is it?
I have
Snap.
watched it.
Snaps.
I watch Snaps all the
Snap.
time. I love Snaps.
I think this is a good case for Snap. This is a good case for Snap. Okay.
Right. No, you're not
So who
wrong.
else we gonna talk about being Snap? Because
I tell you somebody I think snapped, and his name is Tank. If you do not, if you have also, again, if you have been under a rock and you have not heard about your good friend Tank. Tank was on the Breakfast Club. Wasn't it the Breakfast Club?
no, he was on Lip Service
Lip
with
Service
Angela
with
Yee.
Angela Yee. And now let's start here. I'm not an Angela Yee fan. Let's start with that. And I really feel like she baited him into this conversation. Like she pulled him.
She knew that he would be willing to go there.
Yeah, she pulled him into this conversation, and I think she knew what the result was going to be when she did it. But for him to go on a radio show and have the conversation that he had and say what he said, I feel like he too is responsible for these words that came out of his mouth. Tank said, okay, so go ahead, Michelle.
What I saw of it, he said that, and I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect that if a man wants to
participate in
fellatio,
fellatio.
with another man twice, then it doesn't mean that he's gay.
Yeah.
Where that happen at?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Because my understanding is, if you've got those kind of desires for the same sex, then you're not straight.
So, but that's what he was saying. Okay, so here's the thing Lord,
what's the difference between 2 times and 3?
Forgive me for playing devil's advocate for Tank, but Lord, here's what I think. Here's where I think
Tell us what happened.
Here's where I think the problem was. First of all, he was trying to relate what he was saying to a completely different topic altogether that didn't have nothing to do with this. But I think what he was saying is there are people who engage in activities who are not necessarily, like, for instance, he was saying, like, women do it all the time, right? Like, women engage in exploratory activities with other women, and they're not necessarily gay. They may do it for their spouses or mates or dates or husbands or whatever. They may do it for that, but they're not necessarily gay because they don't necessarily have the desire for a woman. They just are out here doing it for the relationship's sake. Tank was saying, if women can do it, why can't men? I got where he was going with that. I feel like that wasn't really the way to say that.
Like, he said it all wrong because what I.
Yeah,
I didn't get that. I didn't get
that's
that.
That's why they have these STDs out here that you can't cure.
That's why.
Yeah. Do you see they got the new strand of gonorrhea that you can't cure?
You can't get rid of.
You can't get rid of it. And the reason being is because of what he talked about. That whole gender fluidity and people are sleeping with everything and anything and trying and so now so much is being experimented with that now we're getting things that we can't cure.
Keep your cooch to yourself, ladies, because you don't know. They might be out here trying to.
That's a whole nother
time.
Say said two times is the limit.
And I was like, ooh.
But on that third time, you done crossed over. But you can do
it. Who gave you the number?
Right.
Yeah. That's why I didn't understand where the number came from.
Yeah.
What made 3 different?
Because I felt like you're telling on yourself.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Because he's a little guy. He might be Matthew's height.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
Tiny.
He's tiny.
He's super tiny.
And so, after that, I had to.
Me and Tank have never gotten along. First of all, I don't like your music. I just don't like. I mean, I feel like
I don't think it's reason to cancel him though. People are trying to cancel him.
No, I don't think. I understood where he was coming from, and I see the point that he was trying to make. The point that he was trying to make a gender equality point. I think he could have made that point with literally any other topic, right? Than that one. I don't. Because I just feel like that's probably not accurate, sir. Like you, and I try not to judge people's experiences where it comes to that because everyone reaches that conclusion a whole bunch of different ways. But Tank, listen, sir.
Help him out.
Some things are just a rule. Like, the rule is white people can't say the N-word. Now, I'm not saying it. That's the rule, right? That's the rule.
I'm gone.
White people can't say the N-word. And say, you can't put your mouth on another man's boy parts and not be considered gay. Like, you just can't. Those are the rules. I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling you what they are. That's the rule. That and I hate to say it like that because a lot of people love your music and they're gonna be listening to it thinking that you're different. Right now.
No, when I heard that, I said, I don't know.
You didn't. You weren't down for Tank no more. But I got what he was saying. He was trying to make a gender equality.
But sometimes you shouldn't say anything.
He could have. Yeah, he could have.
You just have to know when to take a pass.
He could have. You know who does a really great job of and I feel like Angela Yee does on lip service what Charlamagne the God does on the Breakfast Club. She pulls people in. She baits them, and then she tries to make them look bad.
Really? I only watched lip service that one time.
I've seen it before.
I watched it with Fantasia, but I thought she was going too far in the conversation.
Yeah.
And the reason why I thought she was going too far in the conversation is because you and I are really good friends.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to talk to you about your intimate space with your husband.
Facts.
And she was talking to Fantasia about some very, I felt like, inappropriate things.
Absolutely.
About her husband. And yeah, I'm not really for that.
Yeah, I'm not. And I understand the whole concept of the show is to be able to talk about anything and be able to talk about the intimate parts of life. But honestly, like, I just feel like she brings people in to specifically make them look bad. Yeah.
And there's got to be a limit.
Yeah.
There's got to be a limit somewhere. Some things have to be off limit.
Yes.
I don't care how public you are. I got a right to some kind of privacy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So healthy boundaries.
Don't cross that line.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's what your boy Tank was out here in these streets saying, and we're going to pray for you, Tank. We
praying, and we're going to send him Kanye's record. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. We praying for him, the pastor, and we're going to lift up Megan right now. Because Megan, you're not in this by yourself. Sometimes we all looking side-eye at the husband and the kids.
And the kids.
So you're not alone.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not alone.
Well, my goodness, y'all, what an amazing show. What show, G?
I know. We had such a great time.
Oh, my God,
a good time.
A great time.
Yes.
Again, for the people who caught the middle of the show, tell the people where they can find you and tell them where they can find the show.
You can follow me on all my social media outlets at Michelle G. You can watch the show the fourth Monday of every month on the Regina Sunshine Global Network or my Michelle G page from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, and y'all again, she's an amazing soul. She has an amazing show. So please make sure you catch it. She's always talking about dope topics, and we just love you. Thank you.
I love you guys too.
Thank you for being our first guest. Yay. All right, so guys, that is our show. Announcements. We got anything we want to tell the people about?
I don't have anything right now. I want to tell the people about. Take care of yourself. Self-care is important.
You want to tell the people about? You got some upcoming projects, topics, anything you want to talk about, Rebecca?
Not that I can remember right now.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared.
That's okay,
That's
girl.
okay.
You should never be ill.
Let us know, and we'll make the announcement.
Yes, we will. I do have a topic. I do have something I want to make sure you know about.
Tell us.
My book is still out. Please go onto the website and get yourself a copy of She Is the Ish, Journeys Through Womanhood. My chapter in that anthology is dope, if I do say so myself. So please make sure you go to shannondeneen.com and pick that up. Also, the Curvy and Confident Awards are coming, darling. And if you are in the Atlanta area, we want to see you here. Tickets will be on sale on Regina Sunshine Global Network.com. The ReginaSunshine.com. Your girl Melissa and I will be doing a live show, and that more information on that is to come. But that will be on November the 15th on Friday night at a location that will be disclosed soon when I figure it out, when I talk to our EP and get my information together. But anyway, put it on your calendar, save the date. We are going to be doing a live show, and it's going to be dope, y'all. It's going to be dope. So anyway, work hard, pray hard, play hard, and slay hard. And don't forget, people, live life on the curve. We'll see y'all next week.